was known, and I believe his name is even up on the wall. We have been working together for approximately 1 week, and his job is to maximize resources and minimize time so that we can get everybody in the Palisades back in their home. The grief and the pain and the denial and the anger that everybody has been feeling is palpable as you go through the area and see the amount of loss has been devastating. And today, all of the neighborhoods opened up so that people from the Palisades can come back. You still have to have your ID and make sure that you're only here really for a short period of time, and that's mainly for health reasons. Because all of the destruction, there's a lot of toxic waste that is there and in the air. And so we ask that people not stay very long when they come. Also, the phase is going to begin where the EPA will come in and get rid of the hazardous waste. In a few days, the county will have a form ready, the right to entry, that then the second phase, when the debris removal happens, people can go ahead and fill out that form, and we'll give you more information about that. But today is really about focusing on the recovery and getting people back whole. In a few days, maybe next week or at the latest the week after, we're going to be opening up a one-stop center where there will be 12 city departments so everybody can take care of the permits and all of that stuff at one time. The Disaster Recovery Center on Pico and Westwood Boulevard has already helped thousands of Angelenos, thousands of people from the Palisades, and that is going to continue. And so we're going to ask you in a minute to join us in a walk through the area, but I want to introduce Steve Soboroff for his incredible vision for the Palisades. There you are.
1986, 14 and 25 is a long time ago. 40 years ago. I was here, 40 years ago, I was here at this park, standing right here with this building, and probably those bathrooms and everything else, and the playground was a dome. And so I knew I hurt myself. I hit my head on the top of the thing. I was with my son, Jacob. Now we have 5 kids, but he was the first. And I walked into the office and I said, hey, I hurt my head here. Do you have any Band-Aids? And he opened up a cabinet, and I thought the cabinet, they were going to have a bunch of basketballs and all that kind of playground stuff. They had first aid equipment in there. I said, what is this? He goes, oh, people are getting hurt here every day. He says, we're having EMTs coming once a week. People are getting hurt. I said, well, why don't you fix it? He goes, well, we're on the list for 11 and a half years. We did it in 7 months. We used people in the city. The community got together. Look at all these people, you know, whatever, whether they gave $5 or thousands. Here, Steve Crone, raise your hand.
I'm here.
And he's still kicking. Chevy Chase. Oh, the people, yeah, the people that help. This community loves this community. And so I feel, I've only got two clients. One is the people who live here, in their homes, lost their homes, in their apartments. And my other client is the people that work here, that work for those people. Every one of them has an individual path back. And there's a lot of mental health issues that go on to that path back. There are financial issues. And we want to help each one. And we're working on a system for each one to minimize how long it takes for them to get to Z. You know, if I call it the yellow brick road or whatever, but it's really from A to Z. And the only way to do that is to go from A to B to C to D, and it's a huge project. And there are going to be thousands of people helping. So that's what we're doing. Our additional discussions with FEMA and Army Corps have been as exciting for me as the discussions I had when we were doing Staples Center, the Alameda Corridor, or the Space Shuttle. How can we help? How can we work? The mayor calls me, she's sitting with, I'm saying, Mayor, do you have the 2 top people at Army Corps?
Right, Army Corps
I said, I
is
can't find, I know I got them at FEMA, but the Army Corps. She goes, well, I'm sitting with them right now. So they go outside, and the 3 of us have a conversation. It's like brothers and sisters from another mother. Let's go do this, and let's go do it together. So why don't we all just go take a walk and let's see what's going on. And I got some ideas, some thoughts, and I know it may be inconvenient for some of you, so we'll walk a little slower. But let's go look at Ralph's. Let's go look at some of this damage.
We're also here with a number of residents.
How many
from the
residents
area.
are here? Come over here, residents.
Come on up.
May I continue to videotape it?
Yes.
Video, do whatever
Thank
you
you
want.
so much. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm so glad. Oh my goodness. Oh my favorite person.
Hello, Mayor Bond.
Oh, I can't see his face. I got 5 kids and 8 grandkids. We know 3/4 of the people.
I got 5. Mayor Bass, and it was just an honor and a blessing.
Yeah.
Too many times.
Yeah, I know. I know.
So we'll take, go ahead. We'll take 2 questions and then we'll walk. Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll come back to John. Go ahead.
So with this vision, is there a timeline? Are you talking 5 years, 10 years, longer? Any
I'm
idea?
76. 10 years from now, I'm going to be dead, man. Are you kidding? I don't have time to
Well,
do
the
that.
whole point is to maximize the resources that we get, especially from the federal government, and minimize the amount of time. So us being organized, getting the community together, people going through the process of getting the hazardous waste done, and then the debris removal will really allow us to expedite. But that's also why we're
We don't-
opening the
listen,
one-stop center and all.
We
so
don't
people
have
can
to
get there
finish
quickly.
phase 1, which is the hazardous material removal, to start phase 2.
Right.
In your house we do, but
But
when your
not
house
here.
is done,
Oh, Stephen, right.
I'm sorry, when your house is, you see I'm not used to this. When your house is done, then you'll be able to move right into phase 2, which is the lot clearance. So we want to encourage people to go ahead, start your plans now, and be ready when we're ready. Now, we've got a lot of utility work we don't even know. The mayor's going to be announcing in the next couple days. We have basically an owner's rep for the city. And that owner's rep, the number one owner of the rep is Mayor Bass. But so are all you guys.
Right.
And they're going to represent you and make sure that everybody does exactly what they say they're going to do. And that's what I did to get that damn place built in 7 months instead of 11 and a half years.
So this level of organization
It's
will help us to
It's
do that.
phenomenal.
John?
But
Yes.
Mayor Bass, just following up on that, because we just talked to some homeowners who are frustrated because they say, is it going to be 6 months? Is it going to be 18
Then
months?
have
They
them-
just want a straight answer.
Right.
I can answer that real easy. For the last 6 days, 16 of the top website app engineers in America have been putting together a website, an app that we're about to unroll. I want to make sure that it looks like I told them if it doesn't look like the Apple Store website or the Tesla website, whether or not it's got to be really user friendly. And what you do is you go on the website. There will be probably a photo of your house in real time because these satellites are flying all the time. And it will give you some environmental information, but it's going to say, what's your question? And you ever watch that show Family Feud?
Of course.
Okay, so this is going to be, we have gotten the top 4 or 5 questions from 200 different groups We've been doing focus groups and all these things. So I've missed a couple of meetings. I'm sorry, but now we know the questions that people are answering. So they will just go on, push the button, and it will tell them the answers to the questions in relation to their house. I have my plans. I don't have my plans. Do you have my plans at the city?
But a couple of things that we're doing to really help speed it up is to get people to go to the Disaster Recovery Center now, next week or the week after when we open up the One Stop, so they can begin all of that paperwork now.
Well, they're saying they can't even get insurance adjusters and so that's...
Hold on one second. Josh?
Yeah, Mayor Bass, I talked to a resident this morning who said that he feels like he's this ball caught in the middle between our different elected officials.
Oh.
You heard one thing from President Trump on Friday.
Yeah.
You said a different thing. You do your executive orders. You do the other one. Are you disappointed with the way that Friday went, and why shouldn't people just go and clean up their
President Trump said what she's been talking about all the time.
I was not
90% of what they were saying is the same thing.
I was not disappointed at all, and as a matter of fact, they have followed up. So I think what is difficult for people, what is so difficult for people, is to understand that right now, especially if their place was destroyed, it's really toxic. It's dangerous for them to be there. There will be a time when they can do the cleaning, but the EPA has got to be in charge with this phase of it. And it would be nice if they could say, by next week, on this day, at this time, it'll be done. But you know, Josh, that's impossible to do.
Except we're going to
And
monitor
so-
it.
The government followed up.
What did you say?
You said they followed up.
Well, they followed up to ask if there were a couple of specific things that we needed for us to respond to right away. I've also continued to be in contact with the administration, communicating with President Trump's chief of staff, and also with members of Congress. There's a congressional delegation here today from Appropriations, which is how we get the resources, and we need them to be here. And it's my understanding there'll be another delegation tomorrow. So maintaining all of that communication is what's going to help us get to the place where we need to go. So why don't we walk?
So you're not willing to offer a firm timetable on when completion of phase one will end?
I can tell. I mean, we can tell you all that stuff, but the point is, I gotta see how many crews, how many houses they're doing per day. Phase one, all phase one is, they walk around and see if you've got lithium battery. They try and make it clear for phase two to start. They do that very, very quickly in different areas, but there's a lot of homes. What we have to make sure, and what the owner's rep has to make sure, is they have enough crews working enough hours to do it in enough time. So some of it's going to be done in a week, and some of it may be done up to 3 months.
Right.
What I'd like to do is take those periods and shrink them down by getting more resources. And FEMA's paying for those resources.
It would be nice to say there would be a date certain, but you know that that's extremely difficult to say.
Well,
So it is reasonable
what can
to
the
say
frustrated
a
residents
few
do?
months.
The
So let's
frustra-
go.
Yeah.
Mayor Bass, I did want to ask you, because we also heard from people who are concerned
Let's go.
that the alphabet trees are going to be rezoned.
Or they're gonna start walking again.
Well, I mean, the problem
We can talk and walk at the same time.
Yes, I can.